everybody. Tom Nappy here with Eric Carty, your water and sewer manager for Hopkinton. Eric, how are you?
I'm doing well, Tom. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Great.
Nice day out there today. So, how's everything going at the DPW? I know you guys have been pretty busy with summer road work and some big projects going on. How's everything going over there?
Yeah, as you said, it's always busy now. With the growth of the town there, we're always out with some project going on. We're also, dealing with so far what's coming on record to be one of the hottest summers ever. So we're trying to, make sure we can maintain supplies in terms of that. The highway's done several roads that they had on the schedule for hot top. They've got that work done. We've been working on our PFAS filter, which has been online since the beginning of the month, late June, which was great. So now at well six, we have non-detective PFAS going through the system. So we're through the first stage. That's just deemed a temporary solution. The long-term solution is to look at the MWA connection, which will be ongoing. All the permitting and process for that will probably take another 3 to 4 years before we're able to go ahead with that project. So yeah, lots going on in that aspect. Again, we've had just enough rain that's helped us out with our wells early on. We had uh, some really high demands there when we first started getting into the 90s streak. All of last year, we only had three 90-degree days, and we're already up past 10 or 12 to this point from last year. Last year, we also had, in the month of July, we had over 10 and a half inches of rain. Well, we just got hit by storm after storm after storm. Because I can remember before going on vacation last year, we were making sure our sewer stations weren't going to overflow. So it's been better in that respect that we're not dealing with floods. We're just dealing with the heat, which we can take in moderation. So that's been good for us so far.
How are the water levels? Are we still a ways away from a drought situation, or are we doing all right?
So we're doing okay. The groundwater is definitely dropping. We're actually, believe it or not, an inch and a half below normal for this time of year. We've had uh, some rain, recent the last couple of days we have, but it's only amounted to like a quarter of an inch each time. So our groundwaters have, like I said, dropped about a foot in the past month. So we're not into the danger zone yet, but we are approaching longer hours that we're pumping. Or obviously, with these 90-degree days in the sun, the water use goes up exponentially. So we just continue to ask people to please follow the rules that are in effect. Just water on your days and the hours that are in between to help us make it so that we don't have to go any further restrictions. One of the big driving factors for us is also the height of the Hopkinton Reservoir. There's a clause in the permits for both us and Ashland that once that hits a certain height or drops to a certain height, that certain wells get shut off, and that triggers a bigger water restriction for us. So I've checked in with Ashland last week, and so far those levels are staying good. So as long as we continue to get periodic rain here, hopefully we can make it through the summer without any additional restrictions.
I feel like everybody around us gets all the rain, but the rain never hits Hopkinton or the Milford area.
So it's funny. I don't know if you follow my Hopkinton Weather Twitter site, but I put
Oh
the
yeah.
radar up there very often, and we have a phenomenon. I call it the Hopkinton split, and it happens quite frequently. It's actually happened twice in the past 2 weeks, where we had some significant rain coming, and right as it approaches from the west, it seems to get to the Grafton area, and it seems to literally split in half. One half will go south towards Milford and Bellingham area, and the other will go north towards the Westboro area and kind of skirts around us. So I got a running joke online that we are famous for the Hopkinton split when the storms are headed our way in the summer.
I guess that could be good, but also a bad thing if you need
Yeah.
some well-needed rain.
Right. Yeah. On the work side, it's bad. On the private side, if you're outside, it's good. So
Absolutely.
because you kind of want the well water to help recharge.
Right. So hopefully we'll get some rain and uh speaking of the weather, I mean we got it looks like another heat wave coming in. How long is this heat gonna last, do you think?
So they were pretty spot on. They said at the beginning of the year it was going to be a much warmer and wetter summer than average. So unfortunately, it looks like yeah, we got another set of heat coming in. Next week's also, of course, I'm going on vacation, so it's looking a little rainier as well. But it is supposed to kind of persist through the summer. just the way the setups are right now, it's severely um, severe heat waves out in the Midwest, and that might be swinging our way. They've had temperatures, well in exceedance of some of the records out there. So it's been one of those years you just we're kind of locked into it and kind of have to deal with what comes our way. So, I mean, the good news, knock on wood, so far, it's still early in the season, but at least the tropical storms have been at bay. There's been a lot of sand that blows off the African west coast, and when that sand is blown out into the Atlantic, it actually helps depress any tropical storms from forming. So that's been prevalent lately. So hopefully, that will maintain. But we know there's going to be storms. There always is. There was a prediction to have higher than average tropical storms. So yeah, it's real early in the season. It's not really till August when those start to heat up. So we hopefully, we're able to be spared. It's been a long time since Hurricane Bob hit. So unfortunately we're due, but it'd be nice to go without one again this year if possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, hopefully we'll never get a significantly bad storm, but we are certainly well overdue. I feel like the last few years it's been very active and pretty surprising that we haven't got one. So
Yeah, yeah, we've had a couple close calls with that one hitting in Rhode Island, and it was downgraded to a tropical storm 2 or 3 years ago. And we got about 4 or 5 inches of rain, and thankfully not too bad. So yeah, hopefully our luck holds up because, like I said, I remember Hurricane Bob. That was a Category 1, and I remember seeing the damage around town after that, and that was significant with just being a Category 1. So hopefully we're able to avoid any significant damage.
yeah, absolutely. I know down south they just had Houston area. They just had a big hurricane. I believe it's the earliest one that they've had in a long time. This early.
Yeah, and to be a major one, that was the earliest major recorded one in the Atlantic Basin as well. So yeah, the weather's definitely changing. So we'll just have to hope that it doesn't affect us too drastically too often.
Absolutely, and we'll get back to weather in a second, but I wanted to ask you. A press release was sent out recently from the DPW. It was about the new EPA requirement. Just for the residents out there and the people wondering, can you explain what that is and also how everything is progressing with that?
Absolutely. So yeah, a new requirement that came into effect. It's called the lead and copper. So it's actually called the service inventory, but it's pertaining to lead and primarily lead services. So the goal is to try to locate. We're pretty sure that we don't have any left. Our record books don't indicate what every service type is. So this press release that we sent out is to help the public help us identify what they do have in their basements for the ones that we don't have uh, a type of pipe for. So we're we're confident we've got most of the lead lines removed that we knew of back 10, 15 years ago. But this process will go through. And we ask the people that do receive a letter in a mail if you could please fill out that short survey because that will help us not only identify if you have a lead service, but it also helps us comply with this new requirement. So we have to inventory all 4,000 of our services, compile a database, and have that available and sent in to the DEP and the EPA for the deadline is this October. So it's a big undertaking. Unfortunately, they did not keep a lot of good records of the services. We have all the mains and all those types, but we're missing quite a few of the service types that were put in long ago. So we really need the help of the public with that. And we also ask them on there if they have any questions, if they during the survey, if they can't identify the pipe, to please call our office. We'll be happy to go out and do it for them. There's no um, uh, I'm trying to think of the
The
proper word to say. If they do have
charge or anything?
a
Yeah.
lead pipe, yeah, we're going to come out and replace that. So there's no ramifications to the public. They're not going to have to do these major spend major money to do renovation or anything like that. So we want people to let us know. Don't be afraid to fill out the survey because there's no ramifications back to the public.
Yeah, help get the lead out of the water system, right?
Exactly.
All right, and also it was announced that there's going to be and the select board approved this, a water and sewer rate change and some changes in the water and sewer system. Can you explain what that's all about?
Sure. So every year we have a consultant come in that helps us do a rate study evaluation. So we go through all of the projects that we have currently that we have planned to come up, and based off of that and equipment needs. We have trucks that we have a replacement program that has to be replaced every year. We have some mandates. Unfortunately, there are mostly mandates from the state and federal government that are unfunded that can be quite costly. So we have to prepare for those as well. And so this year the rates went up. Unfortunately, it was a significant change of about 40%. You still get a very good deal for water. If you look at the overall amount of what you're paying for water, it's less than a penny a gallon. So you compare that to gas, milk, everything else, it's a significantly less. But unfortunately, there are the costs that are significantly going up. All the chemicals that we use to treat it, all the um, vehicles, everything that we're getting, of course, has all gone up. Everyone knows it's dealing with it at home. The price increases have gone up severely, so that's all affecting us as well. So, hoping to minimize any sharper increases in the future. We're still, in terms of surrounding areas, we're still on the middle to low side of rates, which is a good part, even though we've had some significant ones past couple of years. Before that, we've been on the lower side. And the good news is that was just the water rate that went up. The sewer rate actually was reduced last year, and this year there was no increase on the sewer side. So that will help out residents on that end.
So is this just for the year that you're going to see this change, or is it assessed like every year?
We assess it every year. Yeah, we do try to look at a 3-year window to try to project out, to give people an idea what it is. So there is still projected increases for the next 2 years, but based on what happens this year, and there's always changes, so that can fluctuate up or down either way. Hopefully, it'll be downward for the next year. But we do it each year and present that evaluation, and then the selectmen will make the final decision on that before July 1st, the fiscal year starts.
All right. Well, I know a lot is being done to keep the water safe. You guys do a great job. So let's get back to a couple more questions about the weather. And actually, before I do that, I should mention you can find more information about this at our website, hcam.tv. And of course, if you have any questions, they can reach out to you, right, Eric?
Absolutely. Yep. Happy to do it. I'm not a professional, but I have the records that people need information on the records of what's been going on. I follow a lot of the predictive stuff to see what's gonna supposedly happen in the future. So it comes in handy for the job as well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, a lot going on with the DPW, that's for sure. So we had to fit those in because I know there was a lot of people wondering about some of these press releases that we just had come out.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And I will mention, Tom, one other thing. Good news is we were able to hire. We had a new position open up, so we were able. Thankfully, the climate has been very difficult for DPW to hire people. The highway have been down 2 people for several years now. They've been trying to fill those positions and haven't had any luck yet. And we were down one position. Thankfully, not for too long. We were able to fill that, so that's been a big help for us. We just also completed, I'll mention, a water leak detection survey. So each year we have a professional leak detection company come in and they do the entire town. They listen on all the hydrants and valves to pinpoint leaks. And thanks to their work, we're able to pinpoint 3 leaks that we were able to stop. So that's going to help save a good amount of water for us right there. So we try to save water on all ends, going out and in the system and through the public as well.
Absolutely. Well, you guys certainly do a great job, and the town certainly appreciates it.
We appreciate it. And we appreciate the support of the public. That's the big thing. A lot of our stuff is unseen. All of our utilities are generally under the ground, so a lot of people don't really see what's going on. But we have a great crew that does a great job maintaining all of our stations and infrastructure, and all of the preventive maintenance work that they do have averted so many other issues and downtime for people. Our water quality is degrading. Unfortunately, that's one of the reasons we're looking at the MWRA. So we're trying to do everything we can to prevent the dirty water and everything in between that. But going through the future, we are going to have to do some upgrades to get the water back to where it used to be.
Absolutely. All right. So weather-wise, though, we talked a little bit about it earlier, but how long do you see summer lasting? Any predictions on when we're going to start to see fall weather yet?
So they really like to stay about, a month out. They do look some 3 year month looks out, but those can be very, they do show what the comparison is when they get to that 3 month part of what they predicted, and they're really not the greatest of predicting 3 months out, but just usually about a month out. The prediction was to have around a normal fall, but still to be warmer than normal summer going through the end of August, so people can expect the worst part is the humidity. We were always deal with the heat, but we just had extensive humidity levels. I think there was a record that just broke in Boston where the temperature didn't go below 70 for 16 or 17 days, which was a new record, and that on top of the humidity. So that's unfortunate. What we're going to be dealing more with is that weather just coming up from the south. The way the weather patterns are now, they're pushing all that southern moisture, which is high humidity and dew points, up our way. So we can probably expect that through the end of August at least.
Well, I gotta tell you, I was on a beach for a couple weeks on vacation myself, and it was rough coming back with that humidity.
Yeah, I'm going to Maine next week, and the water looks like it's in the low 60s, so I'll take that with it's going to be 90 out. So,
Perfect. That's the place you want to be with this humidity, that's for sure. All right, Eric. Well, again, we appreciate everything you do, and we'll certainly keep up with you with weather trends. And I'm guessing it's probably too early to ask about any predictions for winter, right? If we're going to have an active
yeah,
winter.
we'll save that till September, October timeframe. Get a
All
little bit
right.
better feel. They really don't like that. Even the meteorologists won't even uh, like to predict out until the end of October.
Absolutely. All right, Eric. Well, we'll do this again in the very near future. Enjoy your vacation, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks so
All right.
much.
Thanks, Tom. Yep, always a pleasure, and thank you for helping us get all of our work stuff out to the public as well. We appreciate it.